Okay, your shot selection in doubles is going to be heavily influenced by these three factors, and that's what we're going to talk about today. At any given time when you're playing tennis, you're under one of three situations. You're either on the offense or the defense, or it's neutral. And what determines that is what we're going to talk about. Hi, and welcome to episode 3. Just a quick recap on what we've done so far. Episode 1, we talked about the 7 things that you need to know before you take a lesson. And thank you for your comments because I didn't realize that I did not number it. My editing skills are not that good yet. So I'm still learning how to edit and put numbers as I talk. Episode 2, we talked about taking inventory so you know where your game stands. Today's video is going to be about the 3 situations that you're always in. At any given time when you're playing tennis, you're under one of 3 situations. You are either on offense, defense, or something in between, which is a rally or neutral. So you're not attacking or defending, so that's neutral. What determines what situation you're in is what we're going to talk about today. BCC, your balance, court position, and contact point. And we're going to dig a little deeper into each and every single one of them. And balance, that's kind of self-explanatory, but that's whether you're on balance or off balance when you hit the ball. And contact point, it's where the ball and the racket make contact. That's your contact point. Now, anything that is mid-thigh and just below your chest for ground strokes, that's a good contact point. And if you're on the baseline and you get a ball this high, not the best contact point, but not impossible either. So we're going to break down in a second. And then you've got court position, on court, off court. So if you're on the baseline, if you're 6 feet behind the baseline, that's bad court position for doubles. If you're inside the service box for doubles, that's good court position. Perfect balance, slightly off balance, way off balance. And just to keep up with the same method that we used in video 2, when you're taking inventory of your game, 3 will be perfect balance, 2 will be slightly off balance, and 1 will be way off balance. And then we'll do the same thing with contact point. So perfect contact point for a ground stroke is just below your chest and mid-thigh. So that is perfect contact point. Anything slightly higher, so I will call this a 2. So that'll be 1, 2, perfect will be 3. And then same thing going down. So this is perfect right in the middle, just around your knees, that's a 2, and right around your ankles or an inch off the ground, that will be a 1. And then we'll look at court position. When you're way back here, this is your worst court position on the baseline. When you're 6 feet behind the baseline, 10 feet behind the baseline. This over here will be your 1. And then on the baseline for doubles, it's not the best court position for doubles. That will be a 2. And then the best court position for doubles is inside the service box. So now, when you add it all up together, when you add it together, you get a 9. So anytime you're close to a 10, that means attack. And attack is not only hit the ball hard. So the closer you are to 10, the most aggressive you can be. So to give you an example, I could be perfectly balanced, so that's a 3. My contact point could be slightly off, so that's a 2. That gives me a total of 5. And my court position could be way behind the baseline. That gives me a 1, so that's a total of 6. So I can kind of rally that shot. I'm not totally on defense, so that's a rally. I would not attack that. I would not defend either. So the closer you are to 10, the more aggressive you can be. And the closer you are to 0, and the more you are on the defense. And the natural default for defense is just hit the ball up as high as you can. So I hope that makes sense. So the higher the number, the more aggressive you can be. And perfect balance is 3. Perfect contact point is 3. Perfect court position, that's 3. So that gives you a total of 9. So now you kind of have a system. And then the more you practice this way, you don't have to really think about it every time. Now it starts to happen automatically. As you see the ball coming, before it even bounces, it's like, okay, I know this ball is going to be out of my strike zone. I'm not going to be able to attack this. Okay, so now that you know what situation you're in as the ball is coming, hopefully even before it does, you kind of have a good feel of what position or what situation you're going to be in. Your shot selection is determined by the situation you're in. So if you've got perfect balance, perfect court position, perfect contact point, this is when you can attack. And like I said, getting a little deeper into this, attacking does not just necessarily mean hit the ball hard. And this is when you've got the options to hit the ball as hard as you can. So if you've got all those three things in your favor, this is when it's possible for you to hit your hardest, your fastest forehand. The amount of spin you put on the ball. When you have everything in your favor, your BCC in your favor, your balance court position and contact point, this is when you can hit the ball the flattest. You can hit the ball very flat. That's when the ball goes even faster, when the ball is flat. When you're in serious trouble, you put a lot of spin on the ball because it gives you a lot of margin for error. So when you want to attack, you put a little less spin. When you're on defense, you put a little more spin. The difference is very subtle. One, you put a little less spin, one, you put a little more spin. And then also the height over the net, your net clearance. Closest to the net when you're most aggressive. When you're on the offense, when you got all those three things in your favor and you're being uber aggressive, very, very aggressive, this is when you go very close to the lines. To summarize, offense, you've got all three things in your favor. This is when you hit the flattest, the fastest, the closest to the net, and the closest to the lines. This is when you're being super, super aggressive. You can pick one. You don't have to pick all four of them. And thank you for watching these videos. I hope they're helping you. If they're helping you, hit the like button. That way, I kind of know which videos people like, and I'll tend to make a lot more of those videos. I'll be talking about everything tennis. I'll be mainly talking about doubles for the next few weeks. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button as well. That way, when I post a video, you get notified. I plan to post every Sunday, but when it rains during the week, I'm going to post something else. So when you hit that subscribe button and you hit the bell, you'll be notified every time I post a video. Thank you very much, and I will see you next time.